Hello, welcome back everyone. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Liza. Today is going to be a makeover on this desk. This desk is going to be used for my home office. I got this desk off of Facebook Marketplace. It was purchased at the same time that my dining room table was purchased. I got it from the same people. This desk was purchased for $25, which is an absolute steal because this is made out of wood. Mostly, if you haven't seen my dining room table makeover, I will leave it in the iCards up above and also down in the description box. Alright guys, let's get to it. So now that I have gone over the piece, I am going to be using a deglosser, which can also be known as liquid sandpaper. What this does is it just helps dull any old paint, gloss, or varnish off of the area, and it helps bond the new finish to prevent it from chipping off easily. So I didn't want to sand this piece. I just didn't want to make a huge mess. So I just decided to use this deglosser. It is by KRUD cutter. It does say that it's also a degreaser, but here I'm just struggling with some glue from the tape that was on it. They used some tape to hold the doors closed. And to be completely honest, I forgot that I even had this product. I found it the other day when I was organizing underneath my sink, and I was so happy that I did find it. But I did notice as I was wiping down the top that there was some warping in the veneer from some water, I guess some water stains. And then there was also some scratches. So I was pretty sure I would still have to sand down the top, but everything else was in good condition and worked perfectly fine. The product does claim that you can paint or refinish your product after 10 minutes of a dry time, but I did wait about 30 minutes to an hour before I started to sand down the top. And I did sand this down with a 320 grit, and I just try to be very careful not to sand through the veneer. And the paint that I'm using today is from Valspar. It's the interior paint and primer. It is in the color Cracked Pepper. So I didn't prime the desk. The paint, it does have a primer built inside of it. And also I didn't feel the need to because I didn't think that there would be any bleed through, and if there was, it really doesn't matter because the paint that I'm using is black. It is a dark color, so I'm not afraid of any wood color to come through of it. I'm pretty sure it will not. One thing I will say is that I was looking for a black, a true black, and this really isn't it. This is more of a really dark gray color. You can tell the difference in different lighting. It is a dark color, but in different lighting it does just show up as a dark gray. So this paint does say that you can apply a second coat within 2 to 4 hours. I waited 24 hours because of course my boss needed my undivided attention. But once the first coat was done, I came back the next day and I realized that I didn't sand down the top enough. So I did do another sand just to smooth out the surface a bit, and then I just applied my second coat. Here I'm using the ZIBRA 2-inch angled brush. Now I do love my ZIBRA brushes, but I feel like this brush wasn't the right brush for this project. I should have just used the regular 2-inch brush. So for my third coat, I did need a third coat. For my third coat, I used their round brush. Now that round brush, I absolutely love that brush. I feel like it gets in every angle, every nook and cranny, and because of the thickness of the brush, it does hold a good amount of paint and it does spread evenly. And I do feel like it spreads better because it is round. I believe that this brush is used just multi-purpose. You can use it for literally everything. It works well for everything. So I highly recommend that brush, and I will be leaving everything that I've used for this project down in the description box below, as always. So if you ever watch any of my videos and want to take a look at what I've used, as always, I'm always going to leave everything that I use down in the description box. I didn't show me sanding in between my coats, but I did do that. I used my 320 grit sandpaper to sand in between my coats. This is the top coat that I'm going to be using today. During my previous dust makeover, I also used a dark color. It was more of a navy color, and I noticed that there was some cloudiness and some streaking in the top coat finish. So you guys had told me this trick, so I decided to try it out and use it on this project, and it worked out perfect. I just took some of the paint and added it to the top coat. If you guys haven't seen that video, I will be linking it in the iCards above and also in the description box down below. Right before I added the top coat, I realized that in between the drawers there was some wood that was exposed still, so I just took my kid's paintbrush and touched that up really quick. And then here I'm just sanding the paint before I add my top coat to it. After I did a really quick sand with my 320 grit sandpaper, I wiped it down with a damp microfiber rag, let that dry, and then added my top coat. So now it's time to add the knobs. I waited 24 hours after I applied the top coat to add the knobs. I was stuck between 3 different knobs, and my son helped me pick these here. I wanted a black on black look. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have some contrast, but I ended up deciding to do just like the black on black, but I didn't want to have basic like T knobs on the drawers. I wanted them to have some type of design to them, so we decided to go with these, and I will leave these down in the description box down below if you guys are interested in purchasing them. Let us remember the before.